He gives it to Wall. Working against Bradley for three. John Wall!
There's fast, and then there's John Wall fast. A blur on the court, a defensive nightmare, and one of the most explosive point guards of his generation. But behind the lightning-quick crossovers and jaw-dropping dunks lies a story filled with hardship, resilience, and redemption. This is not just the story of a five-time NBA All-Star. This is the story of a man who had every reason to give up, but never did. Who is John Wall? Jonathan Hildred Wall, Jr., better known as John Wall, was born on September 6, 1990, in Raleigh, North Carolina. From an early age, Wall's life was marked by adversity. His father, John Wall Sr., was incarcerated when John was just a baby and tragically passed away from liver cancer when Wall was only 9 years old. This left his mother, Frances Pulley, to raise John and his siblings alone. Frances worked multiple jobs to provide for her family. She was a pillar of strength in John's life, constantly reminding him to stay out of trouble and focus on his future. But growing up in a tough environment wasn't easy, and Wall often found himself struggling to stay on the right path. Basketball would become his salvation. The early journey, high school stardom. Wall's basketball journey began to take shape at Needham B. Broughton High School, but trouble and attitude issues led to his transfer to Word of God Christian Academy, where things began to turn around. At Word of God, Wall matured both as a player and as a young man. By his senior year, he was already being recognized as one of the top high school basketball prospects in the nation. His elite speed, incredible court vision, and natural leadership abilities made him a must-watch talent. ESPN and rivals ranked him as the #1 point guard in the country. But beyond the rankings and mixtapes was a young man carrying the weight of his family's dreams. College breakout at Kentucky. In 2009, Wall committed to play college basketball under legendary coach John Calipari at the University of Kentucky. From the moment he stepped onto the court in a Wildcats jersey, it was clear John Wall was different. He led Kentucky to a 35-3 record and an appearance in the Elite Eight of the NCAA tournament. Wall averaged 16.6 points and 6.5 assists per game, earning him the SEC Player of the Year and first-team All-American honors. But it wasn't just his stats that caught the nation's attention. It was the way he played. Electrifying coast-to-coast runs, no-look passes, highlight reel dunks. John Wall was must-see TV. After just one season, Wall declared for the 2010 NBA Draft, and his life changed forever. The #1 NBA draft pick, Washington Wizards era, begins. In June 2010, Wall was selected #1 overall by the Washington Wizards, becoming the first Kentucky player ever to go first in the draft. Washington was in desperate need of a star, someone who could rebuild a struggling franchise. And for a while, it looked like John Wall was the answer. He immediately made an impact, averaging over 16 points and 8 assists per game in his rookie season and earning NBA All-Rookie first-team honors. But the journey was never smooth. Injuries and challenges. Wall's early years with the Wizards were a mix of brilliance and frustration. He would dazzle fans with his speed and leadership, but the team around him struggled to find consistent success. Still, from 2013 to 2018, Wall emerged as one of the NBA's elite point guards, earning 5 straight All-Star selections. However, injuries began to take their toll. In December 2018, he underwent surgery for bone spurs in his heel. Then, in early 2019, disaster struck. Wall ruptured his Achilles tendon at home, a non-basketball injury that sidelined him for more than a year. Many questioned whether he would ever be the same again. Achilles injuries have ended careers. For John Wall, it was just another mountain to climb, and during that time, tragedy struck again. In 2019, Wall lost his beloved mother, Frances Pulley, to cancer, the woman who had sacrificed everything to raise him. Her death left Wall devastated and struggling mentally. In a raw and emotional interview later, Wall admitted that he had considered taking his own life during that dark time, but he fought through the depression with therapy, the support of his family, and an unshakable desire to make his mother proud. A new chapter, Houston Rockets and beyond. In December 2020, Wall was traded to the Houston Rockets in exchange for Russell Westbrook. It marked the end of an era in Washington and the beginning of an uncertain future in Houston. Despite being away from the game for nearly 2 years, Wall played solidly for the Rockets, averaging over 20 points per game in the 21 season, but the team was in rebuild mode and Wall's future remained unclear. He later signed with the Los Angeles Clippers in 2022, hoping for a fresh start and a chance to compete again on the big stage. His minutes were limited, but just being back on the court was a win in itself. For Wall, it wasn't just about stats anymore. It was about the journey. Off the court, giving back. John Wall's legacy isn't limited to the basketball court. Through his John Wall Family Foundation, he's made it a mission to give back to underserved communities, support youth development, and fund health initiatives. He's hosted backpack drives, Thanksgiving dinners, and helped families in need, especially in Washington, D.C., where he played most of his career. Wall also became a powerful advocate for mental health awareness, bravely opening up about his own struggles with grief, depression, and suicidal thoughts. His story has inspired countless fans to seek help and talk open about their mental health battles. Legacy and what's next? At 6'3", with blazing speed and elite playmaking ability, John Wall was once the point guard every team wished they had. Injuries may have slowed him down, but they never broke him. Wall's career is a testament to perseverance. From a troubled childhood to the NBA's biggest stage, from devastating injuries to emotional losses, he kept pushing forward. Today, he stands as a symbol of resilience, not just in sports, but in life. Whether he plays another NBA game or not, John Wall's impact is already written into the game's history, not just for his stats, but for his story, one of pain, growth, courage, and ultimately hope. From the streets of Raleigh to the bright lights of the NBA, John Wall proved that no matter how tough life gets, you can rise, you can fall, and still come back stronger. He may have started as just a kid with a ball and a dream, but today he's so much more. A fighter, a survivor, and a legend in the making. If John Wall taught us anything, it's this: speed might win game, but heart wins life.